What's up, you guys? Aftershare Reacts here, and today I'm going to be reacting to some more Stargate SG-1. So this is season 5, episode 5. Let's go over the comments. What? Okay. It's funny that you mentioned the age of Tony Amendola Braytac. He's actually a year younger than Richard Dean Anderson. Oh, okay. Okay, interesting. I like this episode. It's a nice Sam-focused story, and we learn more about ascended beings. I also liked the character of Orlin and his dry humor. I made a Stargate. You're gonna need a new toaster. I thought he came across as really creepy, but I don't know. Once Orlin resumed his human form, he had no powers. He couldn't take the chance of turning himself over to the government in case they just locked him up for examination, while in the meantime the rest of the weapon could result in the others destroying all life on Earth to prevent the weapon being used by us for conquest, just like they did on a planet where the weapon is located. Right. John is also famous for playing Q on Star Trek. Oh. Well, there you go. Interesting. Oh, and we only have one... What? We only have one comment from the next episode. Are we okay, people? You ever eat so much that you're out of breath? That's me right now. Out of breath? No, that just means you're eating too fast fruits. The cats aren't going to steal your food. Or are they? Maybe. You about your hair. I feel like I'm like goth as hell. I should have worn a black top. Well, I'm sure you won't be wearing a black top in next week's recording because you forgot. I think you're looking snazzy as fuck. I know I already saw a picture before, but in motion it looks even cooler. Although, saying that, knowing how much you hate it, I wonder if by next week's recording, you still have the dark hair color, or if you tried switching it back. You tell me. Since you seemed on reading the note, I'ma repost it. The bell has rung. Ding dong. The god is dead. You're right, though. He died too many times for his death to have any emotional impact. But regardless, his absence leaves a void to be filled. As the Tok'ra stated, a big bad is sure to take his place. Plenty of Goa'uld still out there. Place your bet on who's the next on the list of deaths. I don't know. I don't have any ideas yet. Yep, this is the first time we've seen Carter's house, and it looks kind of meh, to be honest. Not modern. I don't like it. Well, I mean, it is very, like, based on her age and her, like, upbringing, it doesn't, you know, it's not entirely strange that it would look like that. Well, the premise of 503 is kind of creepy. It's another one of those episodes I've seen more than other SG-1 episodes. I like the episodes where we have ascension stories. Yeah, it's interesting that we came back to them, I think, because it was like, I don't know, it was just nicer. The fact that we learned a little bit more, I suppose. Also, 503 has a tune that plays throughout the episode. A couple weeks ago, we were playing a game and listening to my playlist. At some point, a theme was playing and you asked what it was. I told you it was from Stargate, and you'd find out soon. And here we are. Like I said, I like the Ascension themed I don't even remember this. Oh, I'm so weird. This kind of reminds me of the being that looked after the kid, the Harcesis. Yeah, Orlin. Oma Dasala. The Harcesis kid. They are all ascended beings. They're not all from the same planet, obviously, since we know the Harcesis was from Abydos. I suppose ascension is achievable by everyone? Maybe. Imagine just being a giant glowy light. One thing I do hate about ascension, though, Senate beings' rule of non-interference. Like Olin said, they have power to help, but they choose not to. I love to hate them for that. If ascension was achievable thing in real life, I'd be able to do it. You know damn sure I wouldn't stick to that rule. But you know me and rules. Shocked? You shouldn't be. Yeah, you don't like following rules. Neither do I, to be honest. There's also a more personal reason why I like the topic of ascension, but to talk about it in a note would end up taking up too much space. Fair enough. Oh, just a quick moment. Sorry about that. I just had to answer a question. And here we thought the Stargate was made of Narquita. We learn Orlan's Gate is at least 2% toaster. I mean, maybe I could make a Stargate. Just saying. So, just so we're keeping score here, Orlan wrecked Sam's microwave, bought a bunch of stuff online to finish building the gate, also using a toaster, and then powered it by hooking it up to electricity at Carter's house. A gate uses a lot of power. I think it's safe to say that Carter is now in a fuck ton of debt, and he's leaving. Thanks, dude. Yeah, probably isn't a lot of debt, but if you think about it, all of those things that he bought was, like, online, like, on Earth, so they could potentially make their own Stargate if they studied the way that he built it. I don't know. You are right, though. If Orlan had revealed himself to the rest of the SGC, things could have been resolved in a better way, I suppose. But then again, the government would have probably wanted to question him. I suppose Carter and O'Neill, since he knew Carter was still harboring Orlan, did the best thing to hide Orlan for as long as possible. Holy shit, Fruits, you're right. This is the Rick and Morty episode we watched the other day. This is going on to the next episode. Alien makes the team believe he's one of them. That's kind of weird, right? Yeah, so for those of you who've never seen Rick and Morty, I recently watched it for the first time and I got really, really into it. There was an episode that began where, like, I'm just going to explain it to you because it's interesting. Basically, they're all sitting at a table and there's, like, this uncle character that's, like, just talking about how, like, they're going to go on a vacation. I've never seen this uncle character before. And Rick walks in and, like, and they're like, oh, you know, he's like, who's this? And he's like, oh, this is just Uncle, I forgot what his name was. And then Rick just shoots him and he turns in, like, he dies and turns into the alien that he was, right? He's like, we don't have an uncle. You don't have an uncle, right? And he's like, oh, this is just some beat. Like, this is some alien creature that we brought into the house. It, like, assimilates and makes you believe that it's part of the family. And, like, so, like, it, during the episode, it just keeps creating all these bizarre and ridiculous characters. And then, like, it's like, oh, don't you remember the time when? And then it flashes back to, like, a story to try and assimilate itself into the family. And, like, it just kind of reminded me of that episode of Stargate just then, that I just watched with the guy and everyone thinking he was part of the team. Anyways, just on a, like, lower scale, I suppose. I wonder if Rick and Morty, for that episode, Justin Roiland, really, I wonder if he, like, saw, like, I wonder if he got ideas from that episode of Stargate. Or maybe it's been done on other shows before. I don't know. I mean, technically it was done on Buffy. Twice. I don't know. I don't think Colonel Simmons, the guy you knew from Charmed, is there to replace Mayborn, but so far he's been a pencil-pushing dick to the team, and Hammond in both episodes he's been in. Perfect example of a guy who thinks he's superior but has no fucking clue what's going on. He's like a version of Senator Kinsey, you know, the other dude we've met a bunch of times before, the old geezer who used his dog's name as his password. Right. Right, okay. Interesting side note, by the way, we have seen Tyler before. The actor, twice. Once in season 3, he played a Jafar leader. I believe that. No biggie, happens all the time. But one of the other times is more memorable. He just looks a little different. Can you guess who? I'll give you a hint. He was squatting on the ground, either listening to music or booping. Yep, the actor who played Tyler is Chaka. Good times. Simmons. Tilk changes sides more times than I change the oil in my car. He changed sides once, dude. You need to get your car checked. Technically, he changed sides twice. Okay? He changed from Apophis to SG-1 and then back to Apophis. So that's 2 times. So you change once, 2, and then you changed back. So that's 3 times. 3 times. So you're telling me that you have not changed your oil in your car 3 times? More than 3 times? I don't know about you, but I think I get an oil change every 6 months. I'm not entirely sure because I don't actually drive my car a whole lot, but I do get it serviced every 6 months, and they tell me what they do to my car, but I don't remember. Anyways, yeah, let's just call you Tyler. Good decision, O'Neill. But the name does sound kind of cool. The writers and actor put a lot of effort in to make it sound alien. Bit of a plot hole there, perhaps. You ask if Tyler couldn't just implant the Jafar with memories of him being one of them. I mean, yeah, that'd save Tyler and his people a lot of trouble. Perhaps the Jafar are immune, but then why was Tyler seen by being chased by Jafar in both his normal form and his fake human form? The Jafar should have just seen his normal form. So would Tilk mind your step? Plot hole. Well, there you go. They could have done that, but then they wouldn't have been an episode. Anyways, let's get into the episode. Whoa, that was a lot.
Okay, what was that?
A lot.
Carter?
Oh, no, sir. Margin of error in calculating planetary shift used to cause the rough ride, but we fixed it.
Carter?
We did have to override some of the dialing protocols in order to get a lock.
It's bright.
Yes, sir.
They leave like
This
lots of
planet's much
fruit
closer to
and
its
stuff
sun than Earth.
next to the gate.
Festive?
It's like,
This is
welcome,
interesting.
travelers.
Hey! You! Come on up.
We're not here to hurt you. We're explorers from a place called Earth. You might know it as Midgard. I'm Daniel Jackson. This is
I am Elrad, Flamen of the 39th Order of Katao.
Mm-hmm.
Come. Our village is this way.
I mean, they have actual houses built. That's something.
This is Brother Malchus. He is chief acolyte within our order.
You must leave. At once.
We just got here.
These are not just any strangers. They came through the annulus.
This one bears the mark of evil.
He is a friend of Thor.
The people will not stand for this.
You mean you will antagonize them until they agree with you?
Friendly guy.
I'm gonna go do that right now.
Carter, what just happened?
Some sort of shift in the light frequency.
Good. I thought I was having a stroke.
You did this!
What?
Be calm. Is it true?
No. Is it?
I don't know, sir.
It is no coincidence that this happens moments after they arrive.
I mean,
The elves are the harbingers of our doom.
yeah, sure, let's just throw out random accusations. While we're at it, how about you? Your stupid ass hat gave everyone COVID. Yep, that's the truth. That's the real truth. That's what happened. That's how COVID existed, because of his stupid ass hat. I mean, if his accusations are true, so are mine.
We must go to the Hall of Wisdom and pray for forgiveness.
For what? What did you do wrong? Why do you need forgiveness? Never understand that. We must pray for forgiveness. What did you do wrong? Like, I never understand it. It's like, Why are you apologizing if you don't know what you did wrong? Like, it's not a real apology, my dude.
Carter. What the heck's going on?
Somehow the light spectrum of the sun has shifted toward infrared.
Good. You and Teal head back to the annulus. Daniel, see if these
Annulus,
folks got an
to
Asgard.
be honest. Like, it just
We beseech thee, O
sounds
prayer,
too much like
mercy upon us.
analyst.
Make
And,
peace with our great
that's an
and in
interesting
doing
word.
so, remove the terrible curse from our gentle land.
Haven't you done enough damage here, Elf?
Some restraint
Nobody has done
helps.
any damage.
They are sent by the gods. We should hear their words.
We're just wondering if you ever speak directly to Freyr.
He hears us always.
Right.
Okay, but you
You
haven't met
mentioned
him.
the Hall of Wisdom. This is it, isn't it?
No, this is a temple.
Right.
But you said we must go to the
Malchus
Hall
and
of
I
Wisdom.
were about to go to the hall to seek Freyr's wisdom on behalf of our people.
Would you mind if we went with you?
We could put in a good word.
By all means, come.
My dude, you didn't even finish your sermon though.
Bow your head.
Sermon, is that the right word? I don't know.
Lord Freyr, Lord of the
I am
Aesir,
bowing
God
nothing.
of Goa'uld, grant us an audience that we may share your wisdom.
Oh god, it's one of these.
I wish you well on your voyage.
It's a recording, just like the last one.
It's a recording. Really?
I told you.
You told him what?
It is Ragnarok. Lord Freyr tells us to prepare for our death.
I mean, I feel like
Bit
you
of a
and
negative
I
spin
had a...
with the old
Yeah.
paraphrasing, isn't it?
I have been
we-
interpreting the word of the gods for many years.
Okay,
I'm afraid I must agree
and
with
that is
Malchus.
incorrect.
I got a theory, sir.
That it's a demon?
Is it miraculous?
Denting demon.
Actually, it is. I think the wormhole that we used to travel here passed directly through this planet's sun. That might be why we had a problem dialing here in the first place.
Okay, let's see. They bowed their heads and said a prayer. Or we could just go straight to that.
I am Freyr. For what reason have
You
you
are
come
not.
before me?
We'd like to talk to the real Asgard. Thor, if he's available.
You are wise to seek my counsel.
Carter, you want to pull the plug on this guy?
It looks like this is the emitter
I
that's
will
generating.
sail.
Well, we've either made contact with the Asgard or trapped ourselves deep within a vault of solid rock. Much better.
I am Freyr,
Hello.
protector of the Goa'uld world.
You sound like Thor.
Why have you come to this world?
Exploring.
Goa'uld falls under our protected planet treaty with the Goa'uld. I would hope you have not dispelled their current belief system. The Asgard felt it was essential.
Nah, don't worry. We haven't blown your cover. However, we do have a small little problem that could use some of that Asgard magic.
Are you implying that our technology is some kind of trickery?
You sure Thor's not around somewhere?
Sir, if I may.
Yeah. Knock yourself out.
We may have inadvertently, totally accidentally caused a foreign element to enter the Goa'uld sun.
How?
Well, actually, I was hoping you could help us on that one. Is it possible that our wormhole picked up a super heavy element and carried it into the sun as we passed through?
There are safety protocols in place within the Stargate system to prevent wormhole connections that would result in such events.
Yeah. See, we have our own dialing computer, and sometimes we bypass a few steps in order to get a lock. We're still experimenting.
I see.
We could really use your help here.
I'm afraid I cannot assist you.
Why not?
It is not the Asgard's responsibility to undo every error you make.
Excuse me, it's also not their responsibility to undo any error that you make, and they came and helped you
There is
with
a
the
whole
replicators.
planet full of people that are going to die.
This may be our mistake, but the Goa'uld people depend on you. You set up their belief system. They think that you're their god and you will protect them.
From the Goa'uld.
Forget all that. Come on, we're friends. We help you, you help us. That's the way it works. Carter's idea saved you from the replicators. Now we're calling in the marker.
Ultimately, the decision is not mine.
Then may I speak to whomever decides?
Prepare to meet with the Asgard High Council.
I'm prepared. Right now, let's go.
Step into the place where I stand.
I'm sort of prepared. You want me to? I got it.
You're a little nervous. Ooh.
Hello?
Interesting choice.
Colonel Jack O'Neill of Earth, welcome to the Asgard High Council chamber.
Yeah, listen, thanks for seeing me on such short notice. I assume...
Yes.
Sorry.
Did Freyr mention why I'm here?
Yes, Colonel, they're aware of the circumstances surrounding your request.
Oh, hey, there you are. Didn't see you. You guys all kind of look...
Very
Thor's
different.
not here, eh?
He is not.
Okay. I don't get it. You obviously saved them once. Why not this time?
It is not that simple.
Yes, it is! You've got the technology, don't you?
Yes.
Okay.
Then what?
We made a mistake. A big mistake. And we're very, very sorry. But we also saved your little gray butts from the replicators. And now we want your help.
I'm not asking you to change the course of their cultural development. Just fix the damn sun. No one will know. We won't tell.
Unfortunately, we cannot.
Okay.
Why?
At the risk of sounding like the petulant inferior race, why not?
Little gray bugs.
He would be in violation of our treaty with the Goa'uld.
What?
The treaty states that the people of a planet categorized as protected will be free from Goa'uld domination. However, subsection 42 states that the people on those planets cannot be artificially advanced through Asgard technological means. Using our technology to prevent a natural disaster would be a violation of that order and would nullify the treaty as a whole. The Goa'uld would be free to invade any of the protected planets, including Earth.
Oh, you sure?
Yes.
I mean, they already invade Earth all the time.
Wages on here in our galaxy. We do not have the military forces to defend every planet covered under the treaty. You would be vulnerable to Goa'uld attack.
Okay, what if I were to say we're willing to take the risk?
Even if you could make that decision on behalf of your planet, O'Neill, you cannot make it for every other planet that would be affected.
I suppose not.
We are all greatly disturbed that this disaster cannot be averted. We wish there was a way.
Well, they're not dead yet. Maybe there is.
If that is the case, the solution will be up to you.
Fine.
A rocket?
With a payload of the super heavy element I've indicated. We send it in stages through the Stargate to Katau and assemble it there. When it's complete, we launch it into their sun.
Will it get there in time?
We have 3 months before the plutonium reaction in the Katau sun becomes irreversible. If we can launch inside 3 weeks, we'll just make it.
3 weeks later.
Shouldn't you be off inciting a mob?
Look at the sky. Ragnarok grows ever closer. Your machine does nothing.
It's a rocket. It won't work until we launch it. We can't launch it until we build it.
Time still remains before the sun does permanent damage to your world.
All they have done is bring more outsiders.
You have to be patient.
The problem grows ever worse as long as you are here.
No, the problem grows ever worse
That the
as long
gods
as you
wish
wear
you
that
would, then
stupid
we will be
hat.
forced to make it clear on their behalf.
Malchus, this is not the way of the Katau. If the gods did not want them here, they wouldn't be here.
If their presence is truly part of the test, then we have failed miserably.
We've got everything we need.
Good. I think the sooner we get out of here, the better.
Is that smoke?
Anybody hurt?
We lost 2 members of SG-6. The rocket was destroyed. Stupid son of a bitch!
Well, they did say that there was like another option that was like 1,000,000 to 1.
And screwed your whole planet.
2 of our brothers also gave their lives to serve the gods.
You coward. Why didn't you do it yourself? Why?
I would gladly die to serve the gods.
Jack!
Sir!
Stop! Please! I I'm truly sorry for what has happened. You must believe me. Malchus acted without my knowledge. More death.
Yeah, but that was like a lot of resources, a lot of money. 2 people died. Like, you just did like irreparable damage. I wouldn't have blamed him for like shooting that like idiot. But to be fair, why wasn't there like, I don't know, how did they set a fire? Or, like, what? You guys have weapons. What's going on? How does that happen?
Sir, that's an order. Jack, would you stop?
They killed 2 of my men. Yes, they did. But not all these people are responsible for that. And even the ones that were they were just doing what they believed was right.
I really don't care.
Well, I do. And leaving right now would be irredeemable.
In whose eyes? The Asgard, they had their chance.
Sir, I essentially pressed the button that could end this civilization.
All right. We made the first mistake, but we were gonna fix it. Is it obvious only to me that these people don't want help?
I couldn't live with myself if I just walked away now.
I do not believe the majority of people of this world support the actions of Malchus.
It doesn't like take away the fact that he did that.
The ties to this world are strong, you know, Jackson.
Well, we have to give them the option. And that's their choice. I know this world has been your home for generations, but it looks now like the Eye of Odin will not be restored.
That is for the gods to decide.
But consider this, that the gods are giving you another choice.
What is that?
The chance to move to another world. You can come through the annulus with us. It's very simple.
If Freyr wished us to leave this world, he would come to take us away in his chariot.
He does. He wishes you to leave.
Your efforts are noble. But if our destruction is the will of the gods, we must face our fate bravely.
Why do people always just be like, oh, if it's the will of us to die, we'll just die? Like, where are these people's survival instincts?
Now, can we go?
Like, seriously, dudes. Like, what the hell?
I'm not convinced.
Nope.
Everyone's just happy to die on these planets.
You didn't say what needed to be said.
Well, what would you have said? Wait, what are you gonna say?
Hold on in here, folks. I got a few things I want to say.
What are you doing?
Telling them the truth, Daniel.
Whether or not
Yeah,
God really
at
exists
this
is not
point.
as important as whether or not a belief in God really exists.
You wouldn't be saying that if we were talking about a Goa'uld.
We're not talking about a Goa'uld.
Have we not made our position clear?
Yes, you have. I just don't think we've made ourselves clear.
Right? The Asgard
are not gods.
It's not interfering, and they need to learn at some point, so...
Listen, you all know Freyr, right? Big guy, kinda good looking, a lot of fancy gold armor. Well, here's a flash for you. That's not what he looks like.
What do you mean?
He's an alien who's been pretending to be your god. He doesn't have a chariot. He's got a spaceship. Spaceship. Big machine like the one we were building, only his is way better and not blown up. I'm not kidding you, folks. This little feller is about 3 feet tall, clammy gray skin, big black eyes, and skinny, tiny little arms and legs like toothpicks. They think you need to believe in a god, that you're not developed enough as a culture to think for yourselves.
Enough.
Elrod, listen to me. These aliens have the power to help you. They chose not to.
I am sorry for what happened to your people. I know you think you are trying to help us, but please, it is time for you to leave.
Sometimes telling the truth, people don't want to listen.
Okay. Sorry to bother you. Thanks for your time, folks.
Have fun dying!
There. Gave them a choice. They chose. Let's go.
Run it by me again.
We send the Maclarium through the wormhole to Katau. Based on the distance from Earth and the rate of travel, I've tried to calculate the exact time we should shut down the gate so the Maclarium stops short of reaching the planet and actually ends up in their sun.
I thought when something was in a wormhole, it existed only as energy, that you needed another Stargate to turn it back into solid matter.
Actually, you're absolutely correct, sir.
I am?
Yes. See, it's the Stargate on the other side that actually reintegrates the matter into its pre-organized
I'm
form.
so proud of himself.
Without it, the energy in the wormhole would rematerialize in its base form. Now, in the case of a person, that would be very bad, but in the case of an element, it shouldn't be a problem.
I was right.
Okay.
Fucking dork.
You have a goal, Major.
He's so excited. It's like, yo. Now, if I was O'Neill in this moment, I'd be like, to like the guy next to him, hey, guess what? I was right.
Executing controlled shutdown now. Well, there's only one way to know if it worked.
Did your method not succeed, Major Carter?
Doesn't look good. I think we missed.
Let's go. I want to tell them and say goodbye. Sorry it didn't work, but it's not too late to change your mind about leaving.
I would guess, like, why would some people not choose to leave?
Freyr, our Lord of
Not
Savior,
every single person would choose to stay.
accept our frailties and forgive our sins.
We beg you grant us your mercy and return the light that gives us life. Goodbye. Am I having a stroke?
Blessed be Freyr. Bow your heads and thank him for granting our prayers.
I'm pretty sure we didn't do this, sir. At least not on our own.
The Asgard.
They said they wouldn't help.
Overtly.
So you're saying that just by starting the process, we gave them the opportunity to step in without the Goa'uld knowing?
A way of saving face? Technical loophole?
We'll never really know for sure, will we?
I mean, you can ask them the next time you see them. You know what? It was an okay episode. I just, like, I get really frustrated in these episodes where, like, you know, they get told their planet is doomed, and they're just like, oh well, we'll just live here. We'll just die with them. And the whole planet decides. Like, also, it's funny because it's just always a village, but, like, they don't bother telling the whole planet. It's a whole ass planet, people. But anyways, and, like, nobody decides to leave. Not one person. Where are the survival instincts? It's so frustrating to me. That's what I think frustrates me about these specific type of episodes, I think. But, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys thought, and I'll see you in the next one.